From beautiful but toxic turquoise waters to contaminated rivers entire cities depend on, here are 11 bodies of water that want to hurt you. Number 11. Tualatin River, USA. Oregon's Tualatin River is not the place to be if you want to take your dogs for a swim. Close to a dozen dogs die there every year from exposure to toxic blue-green algae. A deadly form of bacteria, this algae can grow fast, quickly polluting a body of water into a deceptively pretty shade of turquoise. Those unfortunate enough to swallow the stuff can expect sickness and diarrhea at best, paralysis and death at worst. The local Clean Water Services have a temporary solution. Should the algae ever get too bad, they'd collect fresh water from elsewhere and dump it into the Tualatin in an attempt to break up algae clusters and wash away as much of it as possible. However, that's only a temporary solution. Like the bad guy from the movies, the algae always finds a way to return and wreak massive amounts of murderous havoc. Number 10. Rio Tinto, Spain. You might look at this water and think that something isn't quite right. Deep red water is strange and is usually not a good sign. Probably anyone will think that something is not right when a river has deep red water. Rio Tinto, or Red River, is a highly acidic river with a pH of 1.7 to 2.5. This means that Rio Tinto is as strong as stomach acid and is more than powerful enough to kill any fish that dare swim in it. Originating from the Sierra de Huelva mountains, the river has become red from 5,000 years of mining. Amazingly enough, it's considered the birthplace of the Copper Age and the Bronze Age. The river has seen Iberians, Tartessians, Phoenicians, Greeks, Romans, Visigoths, and Moors, if the waters could talk. The high acidity level also makes it dangerous to humans, but scientists love it. Similar occurrences have been found on Mars, prompting scientists to wonder if Rio Tinto has something to offer in the quest for life on the red planet. While that may just be a pipe dream based on both places being red, there's no question that, much like an angry grizzly bear, Rio Tinto is both beautiful and something you should never ever touch. Just admire it from a distance. The river is also rich in heavy metals like gold, silver, and copper, but after the thousands of years of extraction throughout history, the river has become an extreme environment. It's great for breeding chemolithotrophic organisms such as iron-oxidizing bacteria and sulfur-oxidizing bacteria. Extremophile aerobic bacteria in the water provide conditions similar to those found in other areas in the solar system. Europa, Jupiter's moon, may have an acidic ocean underneath its surface with water similar to what we see in Spain's Rio Tinto. Number 9. Lake Kivu, Africa. Lake Kivu is a shared resource between Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of Congo. It sits on a rift valley that is slowly being pulled apart, causing volcanic activity around the area. However, 300 meters below the surface of Lake Kivu lies a ticking time bomb. Over 250 cubic kilometers of carbon dioxide, along with around 65 cubic kilometers of methane gas, lurks under this body of water, enough to provide electricity to several countries. Problem is, it's also enough to flood every nearby settlement, killing thousands in the process. Right now, all those gases are dormant, but all it would take is one volcanic eruption, which could happen at any moment. There are a lot of volcanoes nearby. If an eruption occurs, the gases would rush to the top, resulting in massive destruction for the area. A New York-based company called Contour Global has a plan to remove the methane Let's ask the folks around Blackwater River in Virginia who have seen the waters rise and attack far more than usual these past few years. After close to 60 years of normalcy, the Blackwater River has overflowed and flooded nearby towns 6 times in the past 10 years. Luckily, no one has been seriously injured, but the waters show no sign of calming down. Unfortunately, nobody seems to know why the Blackwater is flooding so much. Several theories have arisen, such as too much asphalt along the areas that are supposed to soak up the water. The river is probably unable to drain properly due to extensive roadwork. Whatever the culprit is, the local townsfolk are eager to figure it out so they don't have to worry about having their lives washed away again and again. The only option is to risk it or move. Number 6. Citarum River, Indonesia. The Citarum River plays an important role in the life of the people of West Java. However, it is not doing well. In fact, it is known as the most polluted river in the world, and it's all humans' fault. The place is so filled with non-biodegradable waste and harmful chemicals that it's practically toxic. Over 2,000 textile factories line the river's banks. Dyes and chemicals like arsenic and mercury are all dumped into the river. There used to be fishermen who made their livelihood from catching fish, but now they have had to make a living collecting garbage. Add the millions of residents who treat the river as a huge trash bin, and it would seem that no one would be crazy enough to drink from it. Unfortunately, this is the main water supply. Locals use this river for drinking, bathing, and even boiling food. Suffice to say, they put their health and lives on the line every day. The levels of lead in the Citarum River are 1,000 times worse than the U.S. standards for drinking water, but for many people, they don't have a choice. Number 5. The Potomac River, USA. Just outside Washington, D.C., the Potomac River Gorge is a 14-mile stretch that extends from the Key Bridge in the District of Columbia north to the Great Falls of the Potomac. The gorge is a popular site for outdoor activities like kayaking, boating, fishing, and hiking enthusiasts. However, there is no doubt that this river is deadly. The water rushing through the Potomac River creates roiling underwater currents in even the calmest-looking places. The river's currents can quickly capture swimmers, waders, and people who slip and fall into the water. The area between Great Falls and Chain Bridge forms a series of rapids and waterfalls that send their victims spiraling downward for almost an entire 1.5 kilometers. If that's not enough, the river's strongest currents are actually underwater. So if you get sucked down, you stay down. years ago, it was reported that the boiling lake had stopped boiling. So swimming in it. This is not a good idea since it can start boiling again at any moment. Also, every now and then, the lake will release strong toxic gas that can kill you. Local authorities have closed the lake to tourists. Number 2. The rivers of Johannesburg, South Africa. Catching E. coli is no fun under normal circumstances. Now, imagine you were literally swimming in the stuff. That's the reality around various rivers in Johannesburg, South Africa, where the amount of E. coli bacteria in the water goes way beyond acceptable levels. Some areas, like the nearby Cheetah Bridge, host 240 times more E. coli than what experts consider healthy. The more fit and trim areas, such as Kalsprut, only exceed the healthy limit by 190 times. The problem doesn't appear to be going away, however, as the local government is in full denial about it. However, when health officials make it clear that drinking or swallowing some of this water could kill you, it's probably not the worst idea to listen to them. Number 1. Lake Karachay, Russia. Located in the southern Ural Mountains in eastern Russia, Lake Karachay has been described as the most radioactive body of water in the world. It could also be considered the most polluted place on the planet. The pollution came from Mayak, one of Russia's most prominent nuclear weapon facilities. It was a major dumping ground for nuclear waste until the 90s, when the secret got out. Karachay's toxicity was so bad that for a long time, you didn't even have to touch the water for it to kill you. Simply standing on the shore for an hour or so would bombard you with 600 Roentgen of radiation. To compare, we can die from 500 Roentgen in 5 hours. Russia is attempting to solve the issue by dumping massive amounts of concrete into the lake in order to absorb the radiation and keep it away from the surface and shore. It appears to be working, and tests on downstream waters have revealed little to no radiation at all. You might be able to stand on the shore and not die. Maybe in another 500 years, our great-great-great-grandkids can swim there, but not counting on it. Thanks for watching! Have you ever visited any of these places? I hope not, but let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye!